Hi guys. I'm gonna wait for a few more of you guys to come in and then we're gonna get started. Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, for those of you coming in. Hello. Milo's not near me right now. You probably might hear him in the background, but he's not near me. Hello, hello guys. Like I tell you guys, if you have questions, you can go ahead and write it. I'm only going to be talking about something that really quickly, and then it will be mostly just me discussing your questions if you have any. If you don't, then it will just be me describing hello, hello. It would just be me discussing what I wanted to. Beautiful energy coming in here. Thank you guys. Hi guys. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about. So I wanted to talk about money, and I wanted to talk about being in the present. Why do I hear my voice? Hold on. Okay, there we go. So first, money. So this is for my people who are focusing on money. I know a lot of the conversations are usually about, your special person, romantic love, and remember it's all the same. So it's just really about who you're being. But I wanted to focus a little bit about money for those of you who want to get that money, who want to up the amount of money they're getting, whichever phase you are in life in regards to money. Hi, for those of you just coming in. So the first thing to understand is that the paper money, like the actual bill, if I had cash in my hand, I would show you guys. Even the numbers in your bank account is a physical representation, a physical thing that represents what you think about money inside of you. So the dollar does not define you. So if you have $5, it doesn't define you. It doesn't make you better or whatever than somebody else. If you had $5 and somebody else doesn't have it, it doesn't make you better. It's what your relationship with money in here is about. This takes us to a collective belief. When you have and I said I would talk about this, being of a poor mindset, right? It's can be passed down from generation to generation. If you haven't seen that video that I talked about generational curses, that's what I talked about. Beliefs passed down within your lineage, within your family, that you just naturally have because that's what you've heard all your life and all your family all your life. So being poor, that is a state of mind, okay? It is what you believe to be true about you and your relationship to money. Some people are born into families who have great money mindsets. That is why they have a great experience with money. Not because they're just rich, not because they got lucky. They have a set of parents or guardians or a lineage that told them that this is their beliefs about money. Those who went from poor to rich decided that whatever they were seeing or whatever they were seeing in their life in regards to money, they wanted to switch that, and so they decided to have a different mindset. Being poor of mind looks like you never think you have enough. Therefore, that is exactly the experience you have. You think that you have to jump through hoops, you have to work super hard. Therefore, that is your experience. You think that there is only one way to get money, which could look like a job, which could look like you have to get a good degree. So therefore, your avenue of money comes only through that way. So when you're thinking about money, what do you think about yourself about in relation to money, and what does your family think? Right? Get straight to the source. So I always give you guys this example of my father, but I never really talk about my mother. So my father, I always told you guys, he thinks that you have to work super hard. So like my father will always make a lot of money, but it will always be at him having two jobs and a side hustle. I'm not doing all of that. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. So I automatically changed that belief within myself. At one point, I was working 3 jobs, and although I had a lot of money, I was physically tired. So I changed my belief from I do not have to work hard for money and can still make that money and more. That is now my lifestyle. Now, I've never talked about my mother. My mother's mindset is something that also helped shaped how I used to view money. My mom has a lack mindset. This is a statement that I know can be adjusted. But for the topic, let's understand. My mother has a belief with money where it lacks. She thinks that it's never enough. There's never more than enough is what I should say, right? So she has enough to pay the necessities. She has the things to pay for groceries. But when it comes to vacations, when it comes to buying something nice for herself or buying a nice service or whatever it is, it's not enough. There's not enough. And all of these things about not having enough. So her experience is that. So when I was being raised, that's what was intertwined with I have to work hard. So I would have moments where I would get a lot of money, and then there would be a point where I'm looking like I have nothing left over, right? Because of the mindset that I had. People who are experiencing, if you have to hear this, remove the judgment and understand how this works. Those who are experiencing a certain relationship with money, it is because they are telling themselves they have to. If you are experiencing lack, it is because you think you do not have. Those who are experiencing an abundance of the physical dollar, an abundance of a physical coins or physical promotions and whatever, think that it is available to them. Those of you who are just joining, hi Ellie, it is available to them. If you think that it's not going to work out for you, if you think there's no money in this world for you, your world will go, yes, let me show you. And that is a sucky place to be, especially if you feel you need to have that money. Okay? Now, how do we address and become, abundant thinkers in relation to money? Let's not even jump to a millionaire. Maybe that's not where everybody's at, right? Let's say you just want to be able to make a certain amount a month that seems reasonable to you. Or you just want to make more from a job, or you finally want to land a job that makes you more, or you want to have a business that makes you this amount. How do we get there? The first thing is to understand that it's possible. Okay? And this is how I'm going to break it down that it's possible. When you think about businesses that are currently running, it is because they have consistent and returning clients and customers. So if we can have billion-dollar companies, if we can have million-dollar companies, the money is there for the grabbing and people are spending it. Nike, Adidas, and think of any other sporting brand. There's multiple sporting brands. All those brands are million-dollar brands. They are the same. And that doesn't mean that they produce the same style of clothing, but they're catered to athleisure or athletes. All of those brands are million-dollar brands. So you're telling me that there's multiple people buying from all the brands that are the same consistently. There's money available. If you think that your bank is dried up, it will be dried up. Whoever mentioned Milo in the beginning of this live, that's you. You manifested that. Okay? You manifested that. And he gets scared when the doorbell rings. I'm just trying to see. I hope the person doesn't ring the doorbell again. Hold on. Okay, yeah, because he doesn't like the doorbell. I have to wait for him to calm down. See what you did there, the Curies? He was calm. He was calm. He was calm. Anywho's, right. So if you think that your bank is dried up, that's what you're going to experience. So I'm looking at him. That's why. Hold on, guys. Stop. Relax. Breathe. Easy. Milo, stop. Okay. Anywho's, back to this. Guys, this is real life. This is what really life is. I can't even edit. I'm not going to edit it out. This is alive, and this is what my life is in the evening if the doorbell rings. Anywho's, now back to the money. Yes, exactly. So I can continue. Stop mentioning him, right? So if you view money in a certain way, that's what you're going to experience. And I find that from my observations, because money is connected to things that you are emotionally attached to or things that you feel is necessary for you to survive, when there is a lack of money, it causes an emotional disruption. So let's give some examples. In this world, you need money for food. You need food to nourish your body. In this world, if you have a car, you have to pay a car note. You need money to pay the car note. You use that car to run your daily errands, maybe go to work, and the work provides, whatever. Money is connected to a lot of things that may cause you to be emotional if you lack it, right? So I find that people tend to stress opposingly on the topic of money, which defeats the purpose. So you find that people are so stressed that they're thinking there's not enough, not even realizing that they're dwelling on not having, creating the story of not having over and over and over again, which is why they are seeing that in the reflection. The whole point is to see money as you, because it is coming from you. It only flows if you tell it to flow. It stops when you tell it to stop. So if you want more money to pay your bills and to enjoy the necessities of life, as well as getting the things that you want, you have to see money and you as best friends. Because you are everything. You are everything. So if you can see money as ever flowing to you, if you can see that you always have enough, if you can see that you get lucky and people love giving you money, or if you can see yourself as someone who always get raises, or as someone who has a successful business, what you will see in return is that. So if you can take a step back and be an observer. So what does it mean to observe? It means that you are not attaching any meaning to anything yet. You're not defining anything yet. You're not deciding anything yet. You're just watching. You're being watchful. You're analyzing, right? So if you can take a step back, instead of just going, but I need this money, take a step back for a second. Breathe. Take a step back. Okay, I do want to have this certain amount of money to do this. I do want to have this certain amount of money to do that. Okay, the past week I have been dwelling in a way that's been like not matching to what I want to experience. I've been saying that I don't have enough. I've been penny pinching. I've been like saying no to this and no to that and just holding tight to this money because I think that no more will come in. And that is not how someone who has an abundant amount of money, but not even just physical. If you think abundantly in regards to money, you're not going to hold tightly to it. For example, you love your mother dearly. You love your parent dearly. You love your sister or your brother or your best friend dearly. You don't need to hold them and lock them in your room to make sure that they stay your best friend forever. You know that they're your best friend. You know that your mother loves you. You know that your sister loves you. You don't have to keep them locked in a closet and then be like, do you still? No, you're not doing any of that. It's the same thing with money. You don't need to hold tight to your coin because you're afraid that it will never come back. That is lack. You think that you do not have. You think that you can never have again. You have to trust yourself in regards to the story that you're telling about money, and you have to trust that that money has to happen for you. Because think about it. And I'm telling you guys these things from experience. It's not about going out there. Let's say you have $50 left. Hear me. Let's say you have $50 left. I don't know what people's life is looking like. I'm just giving a small number to just for an example. Let's say you have $50 left to spend. What most people will try to do is hold so tight to that $50 because you don't know when the next lump sum of money is coming in, that in itself is communicating to you that I do not get often enough. I do not receive often enough. I do not have a constant flow of money. So I must hold on to this until I get. But that identity, that thinking does not make sense if you're saying you get money. If you're saying money flows to me abundantly. If you're saying that everything always works out, it does not make sense. How someone with $50 left would maneuver, or how they would identify is, all right, you have $50 left. I do need to make dinner for the family. Dinner for the family may be $15. Instead of going hungry and not eating anything, I'm going to spend the $15 knowing that it's going to take from the 50, but it is okay. I am safe, and more money is going to come to me. It might just finish buying the groceries and somebody pass me, or I might go buy the groceries, somebody buys my groceries, or tomorrow I might wake up and somebody decides to pay all my bills and I'm fine. What some of you are doing is, because of a fear, you're holding so tight to a story that does not serve you anymore and you don't even want. And the part that you should be questioning is, if I let go of this fear and I really step into the story that I want to identify as, none of this would even matter. Literally. That's it. So when you are focusing on a money amount, I would advise, you can do what you want. I would advise to choose a number that works for you. Choose a lifestyle that works for you. And when you think of money, that's how you see yourself. So, for example, I like to go to spas. Spas are usually a couple of $100s, especially if you go to a great spa treatment or you go to a great spa. I realize that in the money that I want to make, I always want to have a budget to do that. So that is my lifestyle that I see myself as. I see myself going to spas regularly. I have to have a certain level of money to afford that consistently, right? So when I think of money, anytime I think of money, if it crosses my mind, anytime I think about money, I have to go towards a bill. Anytime I think about money, I just immediately embody the Nicolette that I already have this money to go to spas. I already have the lifestyle. It's already mine, and nobody's telling me anything else. Because I deserve to be a pampered princess. This is what I want. So I'm able to attach to this identity with ease because this is what I desire. When you think of what you want to experience, who you want to be in regards to money, what does that look like? Because in the times of thinking about money, when you go to that end goal, it's going to be easier for you. Don't try to attach to mine. If you're not a spa person, don't do that. Okay? If you find that you want to spend your money on car parts, who was it? Oh, yeah. Sorry. If you want to attach yourself to a lifestyle where you're buying car parts, I know people who are into souping up their car. There's people who like to get their hair done. There's people who want to be able to travel to 5 countries in 6 months. You get what I'm saying? You want to attach to the lifestyle. Mentally see your life as that lifestyle now. Don't think one day I'm going to save up $5,000 so that I can travel to Turks and Caicos. See that as your lifestyle now. Stop putting it off. Stop putting it off for tomorrow. Stop putting it off for next week. It's only now. You decide it has right now. So I'm not the Nicolette who's going to enjoy spas then in 5 years, in 10 years. That's who I am right now. I could have not went to a spa in 5 years. It doesn't matter. That's who I decide what I am right now. All that it matters is what you're deciding right now, because all that exists is right now. Now, the last thing I want to talk about with money, which I briefly touched on. Your past does not define you, and your past cannot dictate to you what you can experience now and moving forward. Example, I like to tell the story of rags to riches. There are people who grow up, unfortunately, in extreme poverty. So let me ask you this. Because they grew up in extreme poverty, should that dictate that they should never be able to afford something, or they should never be able to experience something that their heart desire? No. The only person who decides that you cannot experience what you want because you experienced something then is you. Phrase that example. Because you were heartbroken when you were 12 or 15, does that heartbreak tell you that you can never experience or you don't deserve to experience love when you're 20? Or even when you're 17 or whatever in the future or when you're moving forward? Future. No, it does not dictate. It does not decide. Who decides? You. So all those things you saw, for those of you who have family members and people in your family who don't have a great money mindset, this is mostly for you. Because if you grew up in a family who has a great money mindset, you're soaring. You're flying. It's ingrained, honey, right? And I love that for you, right? And when I have my kids, I'm going to love that for them. Now, for those of you who don't have family members like that, who are counting every penny, lack mindset, broke mindset, still saying the words I'm broke. If you are uttering the words I'm broke, you need to watch this from the beginning on repeat. That is an identification. You know, when somebody says, let me see your ID, that's like you saying, when you say I'm broke, that's like presenting your ID. You want that to be on your ID? You want that to be on your record? So stop saying it. Stop saying it. If you are having conversations with people and you're looking to say no because you feel at that moment you don't have the funds or it's just not in the budget, find different words. You can say no, thank you, maybe another time. You don't even have to say anything at all. Or you can literally say, actually, I have to invest my money into this right now. So let's do it another time. That sounds so lovely. And what are you investing it in? Whatever you need to invest it in. They don't need to know all of that. Your past cannot stop you from experiencing what you decide now. There are people who, and I'm telling you guys, my parents are coming from being super poor, dirt poor, to being absolutely fine now. My partner coming from a history of not being well off, super well off now. I wouldn't say that I started off poor because my parents changed some of their mindsets by the time I got here. Right? Now, for those of you who, once again, experience a life of it's hard, like that's what your mindset was, if you can challenge yourself, give it a try. Trust yourself. And just really choosing something different in money. Because think about it. For all those times, let's say it's been going on for years. You've been saying the same thing. It doesn't work. There's not enough. I'm broke. It doesn't come in. And da-da-da. And that's been your story. So try something different. Try something different. Try saying, actually, money does come to me. Actually, I always have my money on time. Actually, my bills are always paid on time. Actually, good things happen with me in regards to money. People do give me money. Good things do happen. Miracles do happen. Try that and see. Just give it a try. And that's what I wanted to talk about with money. Get your money up, right? If that's what you desire. But get your money up by deciding. Also, another thing that this is not mandatory. This is a suggestion, right? Take it if you want. Let it fly. If you are someone who is really into self-care, one of the nicest things you can do is when you are stepping out of the shower and you are doing your self-care, like creaming and doing your face and getting ready for bed or getting ready to go out, that's a great time to put your focus on having like a great time, right? Like remember I told you guys I like spas. So when I leave the shower, I act like I just stepped out of one of the steam rooms in the shower, like in the spa. And when I'm getting ready, I act like I'm getting ready for the masseuse, and I'm gonna enjoy a day of being pampered and being relaxed. Whatever makes you feel like that money man, whatever makes you feel like that money girl, you can do it right after you get out the shower. And if you don't cream your skin, no judgment. But if you're in the shower, you can do that too. Imagine the money falling on you like a shower. All that money. Look at you. I don't know if you guys ever saw the video. Look at all these chickens. Look at all this money. All available to me. Guys, it's really just a mindset shift. Okay? All right. And this computer better not. Any tips on student loan debt and credit card debt? I want to move this year. Yeah, girl, you don't have any. But on a serious note, I know someone who erased their student debt, and not by doing any of the things that are available to apply for. I don't know if it's still valid to apply to get forgiveness or whatever. By deciding, I would never forget. And the funniest thing is, I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I don't know where it is, but she tweeted that year. I remember her saying, you know what? My student debt is going to be erased. Let's get to it. Before the end of the year, I know for sure. You guys remember this? My student debt is gone. So easy. You have to decide, and don't try to put yourself in a box with the way you decide either. That's basically, don't try to figure out how, meaning don't try to sit there and be like, oh, I wonder if it's going to come through the forgiveness. I wonder if somebody's going to give me the money. I wonder, there's so many ways it can happen. And just to open up your mind, there can be a glitch in the computer. I know somebody debt who got erased because of that. There was a glitch in the computer, and the company called and said that we had to erase all our database, so you owe nothing. You guys cannot think like, when you are deciding something, you have to think like the God of your reality, not like a human. Now, humans are on earth and have the limits of earthly things, but when you tap into your consciousness, you realize there are no limits. You have to think like that. You have to think like the God of your reality. You have to think that you are all that is, because you are. So don't think in limits like, my debt is erased, and then you're looking for somebody to hand you the money. It could happen that way. Open up your mindset to see that it can come in so many ways, but just know that it has to. So don't try to figure out which one of the ways, just know that it has to. So you notice, manifesting is not about figuring out what specific way is going to work out for you and then think of the end goal. No, it's just think from the end goal. Don't worry about the how. That's it. And just know that it's available to you. Credit card debt, same thing. Right? So some people like to say I am debt free. Some people like to not address it at all. Or some people like to say my debt has been erased. Whatever you decide to do, you need to see that it's gone. So one of the things that I saw when I saw somebody talk about their credit card debt success is they began to affirm that they're debt free. And money started to come to them from all places, and they use that money to pay down their debt. So if there is a way that if you don't want to pay nothing, just say my debt has been erased and it has been handled for me, right? If you don't mind that you get the money and you put it towards your debt, that's between you and your inner God, right? But just know that it's available to you, because you can only experience what you know that you have and what you know is yours. So the longer you stay in I wonder if debt can be erased. I wonder if this large number can be gone. I wonder if I'm going to be able to move this year. Now, you can focus on those individual things if your mind keeps going back to it. But if you just want to focus on it doesn't matter what the debt is and you can move, then you should probably just focus on, I have the perfect living space and I live harmoniously with my boo. I live harmoniously with my pup. I live harmoniously with my cat. Because nothing is going to stop you from moving. I gave the story in my last live. Which live did I do that in? Was it the public live or the private live? If I did not, I don't mind saying it again. I have an aunt who, when she first came to this country, her papers were not straight. And everybody knows when your papers are not straight, you cannot get certain things in the United States. She got a fire-ass apartment. Okay? She did not let that stop her. Because nothing can stop you unless you decide it can. If you woke up today and said, this school debt is going to stop me from moving, congratulations. If you wake up and say this credit card debt is going to stop me from buying a home and all of these things, congratulations. You just literally decided and put a condition on what you can experience. Because you think, remember what I said, because you decided that these two things are roadblocks to what you want to experience. Then it has to be so. Nothing can get in the way of what you decided. There is no separation. It is me. I am my apartment. I am my new home, and it's mine. Nothing can get in my way. And matter of fact, on top of that, my debt is erased. F out of here. You can even get like that. But do not put conditions in front of what you want to experience. Do not go, I want this, but this is stopping me. No, it's not. Who told you that? You did. Recognize your power on every level. Make sure you're saying nothing can get in the way of me having exactly what I said is mine. All right? Nikki girl, I was thinking about you all day. Yes, you were. I know it was good thoughts. You know, guys, I've been really pouring into my self-concept lately. And just because, you know what I realized? If I am sugar spice and everything nice, you guys remember Powerpuff Girls? Then that got to be reflected to me. And that's it, period. That's all. That's really how I have fun with manifestation, guys. I literally just go, what do I want to experience? Ooh, I want to see how this happens in my world. And I just tap into it. I don't wait. I don't go look for videos. I just really tap into it. If I want to experience people spoiling me, I'll give you guys one of the simplest ways that I've been experiencing being spoiled and pampered, right? So some of you who don't know, I work in a hospital. For those of you who know, I'm still there. It's fine. I don't mind it. And there is a printer that is on the opposite side of the room from me. And some days I don't have the energy to walk to that printer. So I've been saying that everyone loves to spoil me. People love doing nice things for me. Doesn't matter. And so one of the things that the way that it's been reflected to me is I'll print things and literally forget. And people are just walking over to me and leaving my papers on my desk. And I'm like, yes, do my work for me. So exciting. I know that sounds simple to some, but it's exciting for me because it's like, I don't need to get up and walk across the room every 5 minutes. Yeah, keep spoiling me. Keep doing it. Have fun, guys. Don't forget. Remember, you've been doing this all your life. Do not forget to live your life. Allison, I feel overwhelmed. I want an appearance change for, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, but I'm going to say it, melasma. But I've spent months researching the 3D treatment, $1,000 plus. At this point, I feel like I need a treatment because manifesting the change when it sees what I don't like daily is hard to reframe, ignore, because we don't know how I've seen people manifest solutions with the okay. You are right now speaking to me from a state of you that is doubtful. And I'm going to say this so sweetly to you. You are panicking, you are researching, and not only are you researching and panicking, you're also looking at all the ways that this cannot work for you. And this is why you are feeling overwhelmed. The overwhelmed feeling is communicating to you that you're doing too much. When you get to the state of feeling overwhelmed, this is where you check yourself. So this is where you go, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my God. All right, stop. This is my desire. I know this is how it works. I'm going to use a placebo because it seems as if you already convinced yourself that you're going to pay for this treatment. There's no judgment in that. You can do it as a placebo, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If that's the route you want to go, this is okay. First, you need to accept that. Okay? So It can happen naturally. And I'm going to tell you why. When young boys go through puberty, don't their bodies change? Right? Don't they grow taller? Sometimes some of them change their voice. Some of their features look different. Even when we go through changes from that age. And before you say, oh my God, that's because it's puberty, that is a mindset that you think that you can only change your body during puberty. Let's give another example of how the body changes and then goes back. Women who have children. That's a whole miracle in itself. You grow a baby and your body goes back. So what makes you think you can't change your appearance? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about the simplicity of appearance changes. You think that the arch of your eyebrow can't change naturally one day and wake up and be different? You think that your nose can't be different? You think that your lips can't be different? You think that your skin tone can't be different? You think that the texture of your hair can't be different? Why? Because that's a limit that you placed on yourself. And you decided to accept that there can't be no other change besides whatever select changes you think can happen in your body. Or unless I do this to get a change. You ever see people who go, I remember when my hair used to be dark brown when I was like 16. My hair is now like a lighter brown brunette and it has highlights in it. It just happened over time. So now, for you, Allison, it takes you deciding what you want to do. And once you decide, that overwhelmed feeling will go. So, are you going to be doing the treatment? Then your focus should be on the treatment being successful and the appearance change being successful. If you're going down the route of not using the treatment and you're going to go full on belief system that I know it can naturally change, you need to tap out of the deep research and trying to see and trying to look, because you looking, this is what I keep trying to tell you guys. Oh, I put this in the membership side. Looking, searching, chasing is saying you do not have. Because what is the energy and what is the actions behind looking? You're looking because you want an answer. But what answer are you looking for if you're the answer? That's like sitting in a room by yourself and going, what's my name? You know your name. My name is Allison. I can answer that. But that's the answer to all the questions. You have the answer to all the questions because all you have to do is decide what the answer is. So first and foremost, decide what you're going to do. And when you make that decision, don't budge. All that you were doing here, oh, I lost it. No, come back. Hold on. I want to read exactly what you wrote so I can tell you what. I don't like looking and seeing that it has not changed. It's hard to ignore or reframe, right? You are already saying that it's hard for you. So that's why it's been hard. So I would say, Allison, if you're going to go with the treatment, then your focus is on how successful the treatment is and how different you look now. If you're not going down the route of the treatment, then you need to be saying how successful your appearance change was without the treatment in the middle. You need to take a step back from watching anything else or anybody else and really center in on the story that you're deciding for yourself. It's really that simple. And I really want you to think about the miracle of childbirth. Okay? I want you to think about the miracle of childbirth. I want you to think about puberty. I want you to think about hair. I want you to think about skin. There's a reason why, because these are common topics when it comes to appearance and how people went from this kind of skin to that. One of the limiting beliefs that it's out in society is that if you have hyperpigmentation, that's when you have acne and it leaves behind dark marks on your skin, hyperpigmentation can't really go away. I've seen so many stories of people who've done it naturally and did facials and it went away. It's what you decide is going to work for your body. So you don't need anybody else's opinion on this. You need your validation on this, and you need to stick with that validation no matter what. And if that means you don't need to look in the mirror for a little while until you drill this in, then so be it. Or when you're looking in the mirror, you can speak yourself up about, I love how healthy I am, or whatever you need to say. I love how I look. I love how quickly this changed. You're working from what you're doing in the mind, not what you're seeing with the eye. You're too attached to what you're seeing with the eye, and it's causing you to do too much searching, leading to you being overwhelmed. Forgetting that you are the God of your reality. First, empower yourself and remind yourself who you are. You decide, you call the word, really and truly. So don't forget your power. Don't ever. You say it's hard, it will be. And the funniest thing about saying it's hard is that everything is neutral. So the desire you have was at a neutral state. And once you label it hard, I always say this is so like, once you label it hard, it's like, boom, pow, let me show you how hard it can get. Girl, get yourself out of those trenches. Get yourself out of the trenches with that. Everything is so easy for me. I'm a princess. I don't have to do anything too crazy. I don't have to work hard. It just falls into my lap. It just happens like a breath of fresh air. Okay? The Vendy. Thank you, girl. You reflected something that I've been saying to myself. All the love. Thank you. Had to affirm for commitment, ease, and consistency, thinking about money like as an actual person. So I really started, this is how I do it. I started to see money as my best friend. I first apologized to money when I first started. I just said, money, I'm so sorry the way that I held you too tight thinking you would never come back. And I said, I'm sorry, money, that I spent you in ways that made me realize that I was ungrateful for you. And then I ended up saying sorry that I spent you that way and then wanted you back. I'm so sorry, whatever relationship I had with you, money, please, mind you, because money is me. So I'm really talking to myself. So I apologized, asked for forgiveness, and then I saw my relationship with money repaired. And then I moved forward. And even when there was something physical outside of me, like an unexpected bill or something with my car coming at the same time, I didn't get mad. I just said, I've already apologized. I know that I am in a new story with money. This doesn't matter, and it's okay. This too shall pass. And literally, my relationship with money is so much different. Not only does it come to me easily, I don't stress the same way that I used to about money, right? And one of the stories that I appreciate, and I believe it stems from the Bible, and how I also view money and how I see having more than enough, is that when you think about how birds get money, birds get money. When you think about how birds get food, they trust that the earth is gonna, give them food. There's gonna be food somewhere for them to eat. You never see a bird turned over in their nest like, oh wow, where is the food going to come from? They fly, they chirp, they sing, they soar, they hop, they do whatever in their day, and they get food and fed every day. Nobody gives birds food unless you have a little tree house that you're giving seeds. Birds are literally finding their nourishment on their own every day. There's a trust there, not only within themselves, but whoever or whatever created them, right? That's how you have to see having more than enough. I can spend $5 on getting this milk for me and my kids, knowing that that $5 is going to come back to me tenfold. I can be grateful that I have just $10 because you know what? This $10 is going to multiply into 10,000, right? It's about seeing that I'm okay and this will work out and money comes to me. Boom, pow. That's it. Um, Traylon Anthony. Manifested my car working perfectly, but it broke down again in circumstances. People keep talking about a new car when I just want mine to work. So, you know, the funny thing about that is that don't be against receiving. Okay? Now, I know that you enjoy your car, and that can be exactly what you experience. But don't be opposed to receiving. So, for example, that's like saying, I'm manifesting $100, and then somebody gives you 1,000, and you're like, oh, no, 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 I don't want 1,000. I just want 100. Boy, you better take that $1,000. You're receiving. It's like the same thing. So yes, you want your car to work, and it's absolutely possible. It's absolutely a potential. But if a new car is in the horizon, what's so wrong about that, right? But it's, once again, whatever you decide. If you from the bottom of your heart really just no to the new car, then you continue seeing the car that you're driving as working. But when you being open to receiving, it's okay. It is okay. It is absolutely okay. Once again, think of that example when I just gave you. It's like saying, I'm going to get $100 this week. If somebody gives you $101, are you really going to be like, that extra dollar? No, 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 no. I just wanted 100. You know, you clearly are in a mind state where things are working for you because the car broke down again. It's like everybody's saying new car, new car. It's okay. But like I said again, if your true desire is to have that car, then just continue seeing yourself driving in a car that is working with no issues. Okay? Or seeing someone who is a professional come in and doing everything that needs to be done, and their car is fine and souped up. Okay? Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to see that. It was something that Allison said. Hold on, I lost it. Oh my gosh. Okay. DeCaries, I didn't see your answer, but you're right. To Allison, you can do both. Um, to Lexi, just decide you are living where you want to despite your credit. I just got approved for an apartment today and my credit is not good at all, but I decided to have the place I just want regardless. Same thing with me when I manifested my apartment. For most of you who don't know, I have a video of how I manifested my apartment when I lived with my sister previously. I didn't have my funds saved. They tell you to save at least 6 months in advance. They need to see this, they need to see that. We didn't have any of that. I decided we moving into this apartment complex, and that was the answer that I got. So yes, it's really, you can't think in the rules. Remember, the laws of society, the rules of the world are rules of someone who is in a higher power giving rules. You have the choice to either accept them as your truth, whichever one works for you, or if it's something that's like, not something I want to accept, you make your own, right? So one of the societal rules is that if a guy puts his phone down and face down, it means that he's hiding something from you. One of the relationship rules, right? But what if that's not the life that you want for yourself? What if you don't care? And what if you don't want it to mean that? You do not have to accept that. You can decide, actually, no, it doesn't matter. So just remember that. It's just like when they say, oh, you have to have these qualifications for a job. You know how much people are in jobs that didn't have the qualifications? Come on now. Okay? They did not have the qualifications, but they got the job. Number one person, President of the United States. Don't got the qualifications, but that man is the president. And the funniest thing about that is that man got a mugshot and is the president. So really think about that when you guys are really, putting your focus on what you want to experience. Stop putting limits on yourself. Don't do that. You guys done seen so many things happen in this world that make you go, is this place even real? It's whatever you say it is. Okay? Thank you so much. I haven't paid in years and I hope for the best, but got debt emails today. You're letting the debt emails tell you what's happening in your life. Address the fear. Look at the emails. No, literally, look at the emails. Read the emails. Take a deep breath and go from there. I guarantee you, you're not going to hold this debt as more powerful than you. Okay? I also got a Jeep this year with poor credit. Nobody can deny us anything. Lexi, you on a roll, honey, today. Talk to the people. Tell the people. All you got to do is decide. But love, passion here, if you heard what I said, address those emails. Running from the emails is only going to make you fear it more. It's only going to make you think it's chasing you down. It's only going to make you think they come to get you. But what happens when you take a deep breath, look it straight on and go, you have no power over me. You don't dictate anything to me. I'm deciding. And I can sit and read this email about my debt and know that I'm still going to be okay, and know that I'm still going to have more than enough money, and know that this is not going to stop me from living my life. I guarantee you it's going to shift the way that you move forward when you think about this debt. And once you get to that email, sit there and decide what you're doing next. Are you going to decide that it's erased? Are you going to decide that you now make enough money that you can pay off your debt and still live? Decide. Because the longer that you run from this and the longer that you fear it, it's going to continue. And you're clearly not enjoying it. And you clearly want to move. So you might as well rip the Band-Aid. Because truthfully, it has no fear of you. Your debt email, your debt is coming from a version of you that didn't know or didn't understand their relationship with money. So you are now, that debt is a representation of what your relationship with money was before. The moment you decide that you're not that love, passion, here person anymore is the moment that you're good. My computer just died. It's okay. I'll read it from here. The moment that you decide that that's not you anymore is the moment that you're going to be able to detach from that fear and view that circumstance from here and look at it and observe and go, okay, yes, I really started to go into debt when I used to think that money was hard to get. So I stopped paying and then I owe this. And then I started to run up my credit cards because I didn't have cash. Okay, that's how I thought before. That's how I identified before. That's not who I am anymore. I'm deciding that I get money. I decided that I always have more than enough. And I decided that this debt cannot stop me from moving in my life. Okay? That detachment is going to be so freeing because now you're going to be able to keep your focus, keep your mind on how much things are working out for you. And then it's going to begin to work out for you because now you're telling yourself you have more than enough. I have the money. This debt is not stopping me from living in my own home or my own apartment. Because right now what you're dwelling in is, I fear this bill. I fear that I have credit card debt. I fear that I owe the school. And I fear that it's stopping me from moving. And all that you're seeing right now is that. So you need to detach from that to be this person. It's scary. And I'm only saying this to you because the way you said you responded to the email, it feels very scary. Like I just said, money is tied to a lot of things in this society and they made it that way. But the moment you step back and really remember who you are, you realize you have the power to change that by changing how you identify with money. So old you, scared of money, running up bills or running up the card and doing whatever. New you, responsible with money, know how to spend money, knows that money comes back to you, and I'm able to live freely and go about. Only thing that's different between that version of you and this version of you is not that you started to save $500. It's not that you started to pay $20 down. It's that you started to think differently about money. Now, yes, if you decide to do something physical, like, you know what, I'm going to pay $20, that's fine. But understand that the changes in your world comes from you internally, not from the $20 you pay down. Because naturally, something can happen where you won't even have to put down $20. Somebody might pay your whole bill. I was watching a video of Lotto, the rapper, and she was at a concert in DC recently. And I don't know if the girl or somebody in the crowd had a sign or why she chose the person, but she paid the person's rent because I believe it was either their birthday or something like that. But she paid their rent. Now imagine you spent, I think she paid the person's rent for the rest of the year or for that month. Whatever the case is, she paid the person's rent. Imagine you paid $300 to go to a concert to enjoy, and you just let go and said, you know what, I'm gonna spend the $300. I'm gonna have a good time. However this money come back to me, however my rent need to get paid, is gonna get paid. Mindset. You go, you singing your heart out to Lotto, you even shaking your ass, and Lotto sees your sign or sees you and goes, money for you. You see how that happened? Money can come in such unlikely ways. You have to open up your mindset to that. I have to read through here, guys, because I my laptop is not charged and I don't know. Oh, I actually do know where the charger is. All right. Never mind. We might be back in action once it turns on. Okay. Societal rules is some BS, honestly. It's why I'm so glad I found manifesting. Societal rules. So I was raised in a religious home, and I didn't really get attached to societal rules. I got attached to religious rules. And I grew up in a religious home that controlled how you dressed. So I didn't have a problem when it came to times of like going to the temple or going to the church home and doing deeds with the church family and even doing worship of church, whatever they do. But my questioning started to come with ways of dressing, right? This is no disrespect to those who have a religion that describe how you have to dress. This is just my personal experience. So they had these certain rules that I personally thought was not in the text. And I would ask, well, why do I have to do that? Well, why do I have to live like that? And I'm like, I respect that you guys do it, but what if I don't want to? And it was always just bland answers. My point in that is that because I had these religious rules, I'm like, well, I want to live a life where I make my own rules and I still get what I want. And that began my journey of kind of like, what do I want to accept as my truth? What do I want to identify as when it comes to these things? But you apply that also to societal norms. I don't take anything as my truth unless I wanted to. So that whole idea of he didn't answer my text message for this amount of time means this. That don't mean to me unless I say so. Or this person didn't do this, so it means that what I say is what it is. What I say happens in my life is what it is. Right? My mom, oh, back in the day, oh, if you run a business, you can't really make money from business. My love, my love, my love. That's in your world. And she probably was reflecting the fear that I had. And lucky thing I didn't listen to her, because my business was actually really successful when I became a trainer. Booked and busy, honey. To the point where people still ask me. I actually just had somebody text me this past week to ask me to do a teaching class, a training class. And I don't even train anymore. It's a mindset thing. And I think this is back on. Yeah, you see that right there? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to be honest. I know exactly what to do, but I've been feeling so much loneliness and lack of connection and understanding with other people in my reality right now that it's hard for me to stay in a state. Do things you love. Do things you love. Play music. So don't make this content, don't make this knowledge your bane of existence. Because remember, before you knew about conscious manifesting, before you knew about deliberate manifesting, you were doing this. You were just being and you were living your life, right? So when you have these moments, tap into something that, this is just general advice. This is not even manifestation advice. Tap into something that you enjoy. Do you like coloring? Do you like painting? Do you like riding your bike? Do you like going outside and sitting by the tree? Do you like watching your favorite show? Do you like sitting and sunbathing? Whatever. Do things that you love. Remember, you still are having a relationship with yourself. Do things that you love. When I had moments of feeling lonely, like I feel like my awareness was on, notice that I didn't say I did not have. But when I had moments of my awareness being on not having friends or not having people near me or having somebody to talk to, mind you, my sister is my emergency contact until it's my kids or my man, right? You want to really tap into things that fulfill your soul, right? And it doesn't have to be anything that costs money. So a lot of you guys, I repeat this over and over again. A lot of you guys know that I love reading books. I love just looking up books and reading books and getting to know different authors. So I would really do the things that I love. I would really get books. I would do puzzles. I would do things that call to my soul. I would go to the gym, right? While still keeping the mindset of who I am being. Remember that, guys. Hi, Nikki. I love your videos. I manifested my SP and he ended up saying he thinks about me all the time and that I show up in his dreams. Exactly what I affirm. Holly, you on the money, honey. Okay? You know why? Because you said so. Guys, who else? Lexi, Holly, who else was it? It was another guy. I think his name was Andrew or Anthony. If I said it, yeah. With the car. Y'all, you guys have to do is decide. All you have to do is decide, therefore it is. Holly decided, and therefore it is. One of the things I like to bring to attention to people is that one person's success story doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. I think that when I got wrapped up into the loop of reading success stories on my journey, one of the things that used to happen to me was it used to bring up a happiness within me, like, oh, it is possible, right? But then it would bring up into me, but is this happening for them and not me? And I just want this to be a disclaimer out there. If you're in here and you're not saying anything, but you're looking at these success stories, remember that whatever you decide, it is yours. Holly is special because she decided she was special. You are special, whoever else is reading, because you decide you're special. Holly made a decision on an area of her life that she wants to experience. And if there's an area of your life, all you have to do is make that decision. Another thing you can also do is when you see a success story that relates to something to you, oh, I'm seeing that success story because it's an inner reflection of me having my shit, me having my stuff. So don't see success stories of this person has to be doing something and I'm doing something wrong. This is a chance to remind yourself of how powerful you are because you're seeing a success story in your world being reflected. That means you are a success story. Okay? Holly, good shit, girl. You know, now you know the way you maintain that is you continue to see yourself as the prize and you continue to see yourself as the God of your reality. That's all you need. You've been doing it. Just continue. Okay? I've been telling myself that I am a walk-in love spell. Ooh, Miss Golden Heart. That's spicy. I like that. You're going to have them falling in love with you. Oh my gosh. Guys, the next time Miss Golden Heart is in a live, she's going to tell us that. How people are going to be confessing their love to her. You guys are so good. Lex, that's a great example too. I mean, affirmation. Lex wrote to Lexi or to the chat. You have the highest credit score, the perfect credit. You are part of the 1%. So beyond the 1%, that's another statistic that they try to dish to people. Only 1% of the world is rich. You could fall for that if you want to. I just found out Nikki on YouTube yesterday. I've been watching her videos and she's currently my favorite YouTuber right now. Period. Welcome. 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 We talk about everything mindset here, but I also give like real life examples because we're human, right? Hi, Gavril. I was just talking about you, Gavril. But yes, welcome. It's all love here. We do not bash. We do not judge. We uplift. And if you bash yourself, I uplift you, because we don't do that here. Okay? I definitely believe, Purple Moon, thank you. I definitely believe I changed my eyebrow shape. Used to hate them, but just started brushing and grooming them the way I like. Anyway, now they're perfect to me. Doma coming in for Allison. Allison, I hope you read that. Okay? It's literally just a decision. And furthermore, let's say we're talking about beauty. Let me give you guys, I always use this example, but I want to give you a little bit of what I do, but I'm going to talk about Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, and I'm going to post it one day. She says she would always imagine these beautiful bright lights, and she would imagine hearing the words of the compliments that people would give her. And Marilyn Monroe is considered one of like the most beautiful, hottest, memorable, I would consider her celebrity in her time. Not just with beauty, I just want to give you guys an example. If you can detach from what the world decides is beautiful and you just decide you're beautiful no matter what, it will do a lot of great for you. Okay? Because one, you won't pick at everything that you think is wrong on you, but you will also begin to see the beauty in the features that you do have. Now, let's say that there's still something in your features that you want to adjust. You won't go at it, nitpicking at it, saying that it makes you so ugly. You literally still embrace yourself. Better example, Beyonce has a song called Cozy. Cozy in her skin. Get cozy. Like, I'm a baddie. I'm hot. I'm handsome. I'm sexy. I'm everything. I'm a love spell. Exactly as you are. And if you still want to change that feature, you know what you need to do. You are still beautiful, but you have this appearance, right? Don't back. Oh, I was so ugly. Don't say that about yourself. Embrace it, because you're beautiful. Who is the deciding factor of who's beautiful or not? Me? No. I decide I'm beautiful. It doesn't matter if I have ears that reach the sun. It doesn't matter if my ears droop down to the ground. It don't matter if I have 2 long fingers and 2 short fingers. It don't matter if I have no fingers. I'm beautiful. But if I want fingers, I'm beautiful and I have all 10 of my fingers, right? So make sure you're not bashing yourself and saying like you're less than. Girl, step in. Like I told you guys, when you come out of that shower, when you cream in your skin, when you're doing your skincare, talk your shit. I'm the baddest. I'm the most beautiful. I'm the most handsome. I'm a king. I'm a queen. People are in awe at my beauty. People are in awe at my energy. I'm respected. I walk into a room and people just stop and stare. I walk into a room and people cannot believe that they get to be in my presence. I am her. I am him. I am them. Whatever you identify as. Okay? Loop earplugs for months. My auntie out of the blue bought my mom and a blender, and my boyfriend bought me some Loop earbuds recently, affirming I am so happy. So Holly, I like that you told me that that was your affirmation. So some people believe that they have to go specific, and you can, and some people believe that they can just go general, and they can. So both times you're right. So do what I always tell people, do what gets you to that state of the wish fulfilled. What implies to you that what you want is already yours? Why are we cursing? I don't know. What's happening in here? Oh, you singing a song. I was about to say, what's happening? You singing a song. Yeah, but anyways. Okay? Oh, I skipped a lot. What? Why? Why? I know time. Holly, I'll answer that smoking question in a second. I know time is not relevant, but have you experienced sped up manifestation by doing anything specific? I know it's different for everyone. Just decided. Girl, spoke about this, I think, in the last live. Speed of an unfoldment depends on you. And the quicker you embody being the person who has what you want, there you go. And actually, the moment you decide is actually when it happened. The mirroring is really just like a loop, playback, a feedback, right? So you sitting here asking how long it takes and time and focusing on time, you're only going to stretch it out. I just keep telling you guys this. If you keep sitting there and worrying about time and stressing about time and saying it takes too long, you are literally calling out into a megaphone, hey, take a longer time. Hey, don't come to me quickly. Hey, be stagnant. Don't come here. But the moment you decide, F it, I have it, is the moment that it comes speeding or unfolds speedily. So just remember that. Holly, hey, guys, I like to start smoking but have limiting beliefs that it will cause cancer. Any advice on how I change this belief? So you've probably seen enough commercials or probably heard from enough people that it caused cancer. If your belief is not strong enough to change the fact that it won't cause cancer, I would address that really heavily and strongly before you even touch anything in relation to puffs. Okay? So you have to disconnect that smoking is equivalent to cancer if this is a true desire of yours. One, you can see yourself as no matter what you do, that you'll always be healthy. So when Neville Goddard was being mentored by Abdullah, I believed either ate a lot of ice cream, drank as much as he wanted, did whatever. I think it was one of those. He did whatever. He ate as he wanted to and never changed his weight. He stayed fit. Or do you ever have a family member or a friend who they can eat the house down and they still stay slim, they still never move, but then you can know somebody who eats all of it and they gain whatever weight. It's a belief system up here. And I would say do not touch that 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 smoking until you know for sure that you're not going to fear cancer. And also see yourself as healthy, right? No matter what you try, no matter what you do, without judgment. I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm okay. I can do this once and I'll be good. I can do this twice and I'll be Gucci. I can do this forever and I'll be okay. Okay? Because there are people who are smoking and don't have cancer. Just to put that out there. Okay, I think I caught up. So, Dakiris, this is what I mean, right? So, you said, I'm thinking about that receiving statement. I'm thinking about the people who hit on me and I'm like, no thanks. So, before I gave an example where I said to someone, just because you're deciding that you want to receive $100, if somebody gives you 1,000, you wanted 100, but doesn't mean that you have to deny the 1,000, right? Because you want to open yourself up to receiving. So Dakiris used an example of relationships where you want someone specific or you want a kind of person to date, and then these other guys or other girls come and they pursue you and you're like, no thanks. I'm not telling you that you cannot say no. What I'm saying though is you see that influx or that coming in has of you saying, even though I say no thanks, wow, I'm so abundant because I get to choose if I want this person or not. So if you are deciding that you want to be with someone specific and all these other options start to come and pursue you, you can say no. It's okay. It's whatever you want to do. Nobody ever is going to tell you to go out with somebody that you don't want to go out with. Only you. But there's a way to say no thanks without it being closed mind. So there's no thanks. Wow, like people are really pursuing me. I got the juice. But then there's no thanks. Oh, it's never my person. It's never working out. And There's a difference. So just be conscious of how you're saying no thanks. I'm not even talking about verbally. Just be conscious of how you're saying no thanks. Are you saying no thanks and like, no thanks, this is just not it. I don't want to invest my mental space into that. I'm okay. And I know that it's gonna work out, and I know somebody else is gonna pursue me, or I know this person is gonna pursue me. Or is it no thanks like, man, if another person come to me that I don't want, you're pointing out all the ways that, like, it's okay to receive, guys. You deserve to receive. It's like, I really use money as an example because I know that if you sat here and say, I want to receive $50 and somebody gave you 1,000, you're not denying the $1,000. At least I'm not. You're giving it to me. Thank you for the gift. So thank you for seeing that I'm attractive because I decided that, but no thanks. Okay? Just laughed at myself because Nikki always states just decide, even though we may have feelings and emotions. You can still make decisions with feelings and emotions. You have dealing with your emotions and your feelings is also a decision. So emotions pass. They do. So if you decide that this emotion determines that you cannot have, that is a decision. You can be allowed to feel your feelings and still decide that, hey, it's okay. I can cry, but I still have this. And I think that when humans, because I'm not directing this at you, this is just general, when humans are able to see that it is okay to feel, that's how you experience life. Because even if you had what you wanted, you would still feel. It's okay to feel. It's really just your mindset that you need to be decisive on. So I can really feel crappy in this moment because maybe it just was that kind of day. But my mindset has to still be on, but this is my life. It doesn't mean that I'm happy, because a decision, it doesn't mean that you're making a happy decision or feeling the emotions of happiness. It's just a decision. So it's just like, I cried, but I'm hungry, so I will eat today, right? I cried, but people still love me. You understand? It's okay to feel emotions. And the moment that you guys can really be okay with that, you're not going to be so hard on yourself. You think I cared if I cried yesterday? I didn't cry yesterday, but just an example. You think I cared if I got annoyed by somebody at work the past few days? No, I didn't. I'm giving examples, guys, right? It doesn't change the fact that this is what needs to happen. The law, I still have to be the Nicolette that has a successful YouTube, the Nicolette that has a successful relationship, that has a successful life. My feelings don't dictate that, and it's okay for me to feel that and move forward. All right? Change your perspective on feelings, guys. Change your perspective on having emotions pass through. It's okay. I thought that was plugged in. That's wild. What's going on with all the charging today? This is for Anthony with the car. I just wanted to manifest my car working to prove to myself I could. And then if I prove to myself I could, then I can manifest my SP2. Let me be open. I'm getting a new car, y'all. Period. And now that you see, this is another thing that I tell people to build trust within themselves. Ooh, let me not do that. When you are in the process of building trust within yourself, sorry, I didn't know if that was plugged in. Okay, when you're in the process of building trust within yourself, I always tell people to decide on smaller things. It's all the same. The smaller things. So, example, I always get a free cup of coffee. Oh, somebody's going to wear a red shirt today. Oh, you know what? My sister's going to text me today and tell me she loved me. Whatever. And those small things are going to build your trust with yourself. So, Anthony, you said my car is going to be fixed. It did, right? Oh, I'm so powerful, right? So, when you go into the SP, it's the same thing. Like, man, I got this. Like, whatever I say is how it's going to go. Like, I said my car is going to be working. I got that. I'm getting a new car. My SP loves me, period. Whatever I say is the law. It goes my way. And when you do those little things, I think I gave somebody homework in another live one time when I said, do those little things so that you can, build your trust within yourself. Or another non-manifestation way that you can build a trust within yourself is create a small list, not an extensive to-do list, like cute little to-do list. And when you start to fulfill them every day, and the next day comes and you fulfill it, there's like this inner fulfillment feeling that you get that's like I did that. I trust myself. I'm reliable. And so when you just make a decision, your ego won't try to fight you like, oh, nope, it's not. Your ego's going to go, well, I mean, you've been doing that shit, so get to it. So that's a non-manifestation way to build trust within yourself as well. Do short little to-do lists. And on to-do list can look like brush my hair, spread my bed, walk the dog. Who cares? Mind you guys, this is a non-manifestation way to build trust within yourself if you want to tap into that. And what it begins to do is you start to rely on yourself. You start to trust that you can keep your promises to yourself. So now when you go and say, I make $5,000 a month, your ego is not like, can you, girl? Can you? It's going to be like, well, I mean, for the past week, you've been really on your shit. So of course you can manifest $5,000 in a week, or manifest $5,000 in a day or in an hour. You understand? Because you have this inner reliancy on yourself. Like, I can do this. So do whatever works for you. I was raised in a religious home too, and in my household, religion was very much contorted to control me and my fam. I've read so many books on religion and not found one I resonate with as much as this. Not that this is a religion, but so many different beliefs I've read and created your own life just seem like the most freeing. And that's where my stance is on it as well, Neptune. I do have religious family still. My partner is Muslim. So I still have it around me. I still give all respect to those who are a part of it. I still give all my respect if I'm in the environment of it. So for example, I had a baby christening on Sunday, so I did have to go to church, and still very respectful, entered the church building with the respect, stood when it was time to stand, listened without being disruptive, not being rude. I don't disrespect anything that I'm not a part of or that I don't necessarily accept as my truth. I still offer my respect, but I know what I'm doing. And I don't try to convert people into what I'm doing. I simply share my experience. And if you relate, we here. If you don't relate, it's still all love and light, and you can experience what you want. So I still have friends that are very religious, and I love them. And my partner, like I said, is Muslim, and I love him. Right? So it's not anything like, oh my God, you are still in religion. It's just more so, that's not my cup of tea. But if it's your cup of tea, I'm happy for you, because that's what is working out for you. So keep doing it. Okay? Because some people like the guidance of their religion, because religion does offer connectivity and companionship and family and a place where a group of people all think the same about this topic, right? And that's okay. Some people want to be a part of that, and I don't shame that and I don't judge that. That is just not for me. But I know it because I'm around it. Okay? This is for a P on Mars. Girl, the past year I've manifested a big following online, and I have this celebrity crush that I'm manifesting. I'm certain that he's coming into my life. He's there already. I'm not big on number signs, but I've been seeing them everywhere for the past week. I knew that it meant that I was aligned with him. Well, today I woke up to a post on a story saying that he's been experiencing the same thing, to the point where he thinks it's a message from someone. Boy, it's me. See you soon. Girl, he's in love. He probably been watching your page and just trying to figure out the right thing to say to you. One of the things that I learned, because this is a belief that I had, I used to think that guys did not get nervous. Don't know why I had that belief, but they do sometimes. And girl, he was sitting there and he probably has the message in draft ready to send right now. And he probably is just making edits and asking his friend to send it to you. And he's getting ready to press send and just looking at how beautiful you are and just can't wait to get close to you. You see how I just created a story off of something that she just told me? You see how my mind didn't go to, girl, he's never going to hit you up. He's a celebrity. What makes you think that he's going to enter your messages? What makes you think that his story is about you? Notice I didn't do that because I don't think like that. I don't decide those things for myself or for other people. This is what I mean when make a decision when something happens. She saw that She's not looking for more signs. She decided it means that he's ready to talk to her. She decided it means that they are in perfect alignment because he's having the same experiences with numbers as she is. She gave it, or he gave it a meaning that works for her and gets her to still continue to focus on this person wants her. You saw your person post that they at the gym and you gonna get mad. They at the gym and they still ain't text me. That was such a perfect opportunity to go, oh, they in the gym getting right for me. And I always try to ask people, why did you automatically think of the opposing story for yourself? This is your life. This is about you. You deserve what you want to actually experience. So why would you say, oh, he's in the gym and he don't want to talk to me? No, he in the gym getting right for me. She's in the gym trying to look good for me. Put meanings to things that do not speak against you. Okay? He's a big celebrity too, so undoing old beliefs about that has been tricky, but I'm so much more confident. This computer about to make me turn up in here, y'all. I lost it. Oh, confident in what I can do now. This is how you should view celebrities. This is how I view celebrities. This is why I always see them. They're normal people. If you take them to the doctor, it's the same as if you were to go to the doctor. If they cut their finger, they're going to bleed just like you. If they trip and fall, they're skin their knee just like you. Okay? They have kids and their kids be annoying just like some of y'all kids be annoying. Some of them still go to school and struggling with whatever. Not saying that y'all are struggling, but they are just people with larger platforms. And most of the time, celebrities only do the limelight to fulfill contracts. A lot of them like to be low-key and live normally. So stop thinking that they're behind the TV screen and start seeing that they're right here. Celebrities love walking amongst the people who are not famous. I used to go to the Hamptons every summer. If you don't know where the Hamptons is in Long Island, New York. And it's like a town that a lot of the wealthier known people go during the summer after living in the city. Okay? And they go and they usually beach it. They usually rent beautiful mansions. They usually go out to party, things of that nature. My family used to go to the Hamptons every summer, just like a family trip, not because we were celebrities, y'all. And I don't want to be a celebrity. And I never saw celebrities as celebrities, so I've always had this belief that celebrities are normal people. And because my mom used to work with a movie critic, so I would see them like often enough and know a lot about them. I would just walk around and they're there, literally in some regular beach shorts, regular bikini, chilling, everyday life. And I'm like, these are just normal people that are just trying to live their life that have to be on camera. The moment that you take celebrities off of here and you put them here with you, you disband the separation that you have. Same thing with basketball stars. For those of you who are trying to get a basketball honey. The moment that you take that basketball honey from up here has hard to attain and a regular guy that wants to talk to you is the moment that you see them all the time. I have a close friend who her roster is famous sports players. And the way she sees them is very much like they're a guy around the way. Okay? I'm pretty sure I've literally heard a story somewhere that there was a man who smoked a pack every day and people said he'll die of lung cancer. He lived to be like 90. That reminds me of the story of the guy who's living off of the sun. He gets fueled from the sun. I told you guys I would find that article. I will. I don't want to type it right now. But he doesn't really eat. He just gets fueled by the sun, and he was a heavy lifter. Power and belief. After the last live, I've been affirming I'm living my life like you told me to. And I'm not going to lie, I've been seeing little things manifest fast, and I've been at peace with myself. I think the best part of that statement is you've been at peace with yourself. Some of y'all are fighting within, and I want y'all to give yourself rest. Okay? And I'm going to explain what overthinking is in a second. That's how I'm going to end this live. I'm going to explain why overthinking happens for some of you guys. And I've been starting to tell myself today's the best day of my life. And while the day goes really easy and things turning in my favor, and I don't wait anymore, it feels so good. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Miss Golden Heart. This is energy, honey. Such different energy from the last live. If you guys didn't watch the last live, tap in, right? It's when you sit there and wait is when the frustration, the annoyance, the anger, the stagnancy happen, because what you're doing is deciding that you don't have, and you have to wait around and look for it. And when you're looking for something, you are saying you don't have, so you will continue to not have. When you make a decision, and it's like I decide I can go on with my day. It's kind of like you woke up this morning, you were hungry. You were wondering what you're going to eat for dinner. You decided, you know what? I'm just going to make steak. So for the rest of the day, you're not dwelling on, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? You've already made a decision that I'm going to eat steak. So you don't need to go in your head, in and out, in and out. What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? You already decided. Same thing. I decided that today is going to be a great day. So for the rest of the day, I don't need to dwell on, how is this day going to go? How is this going to go for me? How is this going to go for me? No, I decided it's going to be a great day. That's it. The questioning and the overthinking comes when you guys question your power and doubt yourself. But once again, I'm going to talk about that in a second, because that's how I'm going to end the live. I can manifest Milo. Ooh, I can manifest Milo. I can manifest anything. The Curies, you're always manifesting Milo. It's the funniest thing. He'll be sitting quiet. I get on live, still sitting quiet. As soon as the Curies enter the live, he start moving, he start chappering around, he starts coming over here. The only reason why he didn't come in the room is because the door is slightly closed. So he kind of gets the hint, like, this is not the time. Thanks for all the work, Nikki. I can't wait to shout you out during my Grammy speech. Period! Let me tell you something. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Tancia. You guys go and watch some of Dochi's old videos. She was saying this before time. She was saying she's going to be right here before she got right here. When you look at Victoria Monet, she wrote, I'm going to get this Grammy. Sis got 3, I believe. It was never about being there and then it is. It is I am, then it is. God said, let there be light, and there was light. God said, let there be light, and there was light. He decided, therefore it is, for those of you who are into the Christian world. Okay? But yes, shout me out in that Grammy speech, because I already know it's yours. Matter of fact, what time of the year comes on so I can know to watch for the next one? It's already done. All right, guys, I'm going to end with this because my phone is dying and the charger is too far for me to adjust. All right. I wanted to talk about Have You Listened to God by Dochi. She spoke a word on that one. I listened to everything, Dochi, but because you mentioned it, that's what I'm going to play when I go cook dinner. Okay, I want to talk about overthinking before this phone dies. Okay, overthinking. Overthinking is because your brain is looking for an answer. So there is something that you consider something to be solved or you would like an answer to. You realize that you want to have more money. So your brain starts to go in all these ways that you can make more money. I'm bringing it back to what I started the live with, which was money. So that's the example I'm using. So your brain starts to go into this overdrive to think of, how can I make more money? Do I need to get a second job? Do I need to do this? And that's when you start searching. That's when you start watching content, because you're looking for an answer, right, to something you want to experience. The overthinking then causes you, when you don't feel like you have an answer, The overthinking causes you to take in too much knowledge, too much consumption of things. Now you don't know which way to go. Should I do this? Should I get another job? Should I do a side hustle? Which side hustle should I do? Should I do this? Should I do da da da? Should I go back to school? Should I get this job? Da da da. You see how it's, should I open a business, right? The overthinking is trying to figure out what direction I should go, right? When actually, because you are the answer, because you are the one who decides what happens, when you realize that you wanted to make more money and that was an experience you wanted to have, the first thing you should have did was not to search anywhere else, but to go within. So within, so without. So if I was to realize I wanted to experience having more money, I wouldn't have went on the internet and gone, what ways can I make more money? I don't care what nobody else is doing. I'm ready to make more money. So I'm deciding I'm an individual that makes more money and I always have more than enough. Naturally, an opportunity will present itself to me. Money will present itself to me. And two, my relationship with money will change because I'm thinking differently about money. I already did all the work by deciding. What some of you try to do is you try to force that opportunity to come your way. You try to chase that opportunity down. You try to chase the money down. I'm getting to the bag. I'm getting to the bag. But why didn't you let the bag get to you? It's even like with business. You decided, hey, I want my business to make money. And now you're over there trying to convince people to buy from your business. You're trying to convince people. Why are you trying to do all of that work outside of you when you need to just decide that people love your business and people love your services? You want a promotion at work, you out there chasing behind the boss and you being the boss lapdog thinking that that's what's going to get you the promotion when all you had to do is, I'm considered for the promotion. Nobody else is perfect for this spot but me. You decide. You guys are doing all this overthinking, looking for the answer, and you're the answer. Let's talk about love before I go in terms of overthinking. You decide you want to experience love. You decide that you want your version of love. Everybody has their different version of relationship they want. Think accordingly. You decide that's what you want to experience. Now, all of a sudden, every single Friday, you're forcing yourself to dress up to go to the club. You're forcing yourself to go to these spots, to look for a partner. And nothing is coming back to you because internally, you're still saying you don't have. How am I going to find love? Is there any love out there? Am I going to go alone? Am I going to be alone for the rest of my life? Am I going to be married? Am I going to be divorced? Am I going to do this? You overthinking. And your world is just going, what should I do? When all you had to do was decide that you the catch, you a prize, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, people are pursuing you, relationships are easy for you, you don't even have to ask, commitment is offered to you, finding love was easy, love fell in your lap, I don't have to try, I can go out if I want to, I cannot go out if I want to. You give yourself the answer and you'll stop overthinking. If you find yourself, oh my God, actually, what am I doing? It's going to work out. You start to get, what am I doing? This person loves me. Hell, I'm amazing. No, actually, money comes my way. And you know what? Somebody may pay my bills or somebody might give me a lump sum of money. It just works out for me. You decide. And the more you practice just deciding and embracing your power, which is your choice, you're going to realize there's really nothing to overthink. What the hell? I've been over here stressing and worrying when I had the answer. Practice this for a week, guys. You're going to see how different you operate, how different you think. You're not going to be stressed. You're not going to be worried. You're just going to get decisive. Okay? Love you guys.